And that's Sisters. My girls hold me down and no one mess around. My love life is a mess. We going in out night. 'Cause I'm ready for love. Y'all know we like the theme song, whatever. Anyway, so Sisters, okay, first of all, I love the new thumbnail. Okay, thank you, Tyler Perry, for always changing up the theme and giving us colors. We love it. This is wonderful. This 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 is when I get mad at Tyler, because Tyler, why are you always playing our intelligence? Okay, so we left last season 2 weeks ago. Also, thank you for coming back so quickly. We also appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, 2 weeks ago, we thought Gary and Robin were doing some freak nasty stuff with Andy. Andy's in the bed with Robin. She wakes up. She's like, oh my God, I got to go to work. And Robin's like, wait, you can't go because we want to do it again. And we're like, who the is we? We thinking one of them girls going to come out. Oh no, it's Gary coming out in a tight ass shirt talking about, yeah, I want to do it again. And we were like, what the fuck is going on? Come back this episode. Tyler Perry said it was a dream. I said, not Christopher Williams.
I like the dream part.
Because I was shocked. Not on no season end cliffhanger. That was just like, really?
But when that happened, like I was like, oh, at the end. And when she woke up, I'm like, okay, cool. But I feel like that was his way of showing Andy is gonna be torn between these two men, because she's dreaming about Gary coming here and wanting her to be with both of them. So I didn't want it to be real, because I'm like,
no, I didn't want it to be real.
I'm like, no. So I was happy and shocked when she woke up. I'm like, oh, that ain't Tyler writing. That's somebody else is writing the show. That's not Tyler.
It does feel like different writing. They also had extras this episode. I don't know if y'all noticed, they actually had other people in the bank.
I know, another worker.
They had another worker, and they had other people, like customers. Like there was another teller, a person in front of them, then a person that Sabrina turned around to go help because Maurice was screaming and hollering at her. And I was just like, child, Maurice, you gonna get tired of screaming at your boss at this damn job. What is going on with him and Q? Because they keep trying to make fetch happen, and I want them to stop. Like Q called Maurice from prison, and I was like, what is this for? What is this for? Is Maurice gonna fall in love with Q in prison? Is he gonna be on Love After Lockup?
That's what it sounds like. I hope not, though, because I do not like Q. Not at all.
I don't mind Q, but I don't like Q for Maurice. If he wasn't was he on heroin or meth? If he wasn't a meth head, bank robber, robbing Calvin, maybe
at gunpoint.
It's like he's done so much bad. It feels dumb to try to make him be the old woe was me.
Right.
If he didn't rob the bank, had he not robbed the bank and he just stole some checks from Calvin's room, okay, he's a thief. Stop being a thief. But I'm like, he do heroin or meth, I don't know what to. And he tried to rob the bank at gunpoint. Like, I can't date you, bro.
By fucking the teller.
Yes.
And it's the fact that he stole from his love interest. Like, do you know if Maurice was a woman, we would be lighting his dumb ass up on this show.
Especially for pulling a gun after sex.
Yeah, you got a gun pulled on you, okay? Like, let me help you. Let me raise you to be right by me. What? Nah. I hope they do something different with that.
We don't like when y'all do it to black women, and we don't like when y'all do it to gay men. We are not with this struggle love shit in 2022.
But I can see them being together in like season 18 of fucking
not
wedding.
18.
You know it's 1,000 seasons.
Dude, season 18 will be here within the next 3 years.
I'm going to do 3 years.
That's how fast they come.
Jamie, you got anything to say about Maurice and Q?
I want to talk about Andy and that whole dream. I just want to say that I'm so glad it was a dream. I cannot stand Gary. It's nothing he can ever do to redeem himself. And I wouldn't mind if they go ahead and write him off. Stop trying to keep him hanging on the show. Okay? Shout out to Tyler, though, because Tyler makes sure his people stay employed. However, write him off, maybe into his own story. Like, just write him off. I'm tired of the connection between him.
Put him on another show. Make him another character and put the actor on another show. But Kill this off, okay?
Yeah.
We're tired of Gary. And then Gary gonna show up with a car, a Bentley, talking about take it, Andy. I'm gonna try my hardest to get you back. Mind you, okay, Robin got jets and want to take her to London, okay, on some business. Okay, he the boss. But besides that, y'all, one of the best parts of this damn episode was them finally drawing the pieces together with Danny and Preston. I was like, thank y'all for cluing us in finally and putting it all together. Because I felt like I didn't know. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down for y'all. So Danny basically had a full-on Oprah Winfrey monologue moment, okay, with her and Preston. And she finally explained to him that her issue with him is that he does not respect her boundaries, coming to her place all the time without calling first, okay, which a lot of us don't like that shit. Then having her landlord let him in more than once after she told him not to. Then he got mad at her when she didn't want him to live in her place. Then the day after she allowed for him to move into her place, he invited his sister over. Mind you, his brothers had just threatened to kill her at her job like the day before. And he didn't even give her 24 hours before he had his sister sitting at her kitchen table. And, you know, at the end of the day, y'all are not in a relationship. So whether she was having sex with that stripper or not, like, you don't have a right to be upset because y'all are not in a committed relationship. Y'all are, you know, going steady. Y'all just be fucking around.
This is the weird part with Danny and this is the weird part I don't get about Danny and Preston. Like, Danny will say, go away. He'll go away, and then she'll then say, why you go away? I've been called. Like, it aggravated me that.
Yes.
Because I don't have an issue with her issues. I have an issue with y'all have those discussions when it happened. Because when he did something, you would say, I don't like this or whatever. So now, because you think he fucking his cousin, that's not his cousin, because you feel that way, now you're going to unpack on him all the stuff that y'all have already discussed. Because, like, you went off on him about the sister coming over. You went, all these things have been discussed. You're mad because you couldn't reach him. And you think he fucking his cousin. And I'm like, I don't like that Danny sabotages her and Preston based on her not knowing what she wants. Like, even the whole kind of the handcuff slave. I'm like, y'all fully discussed that. So why bring it up again? Like, you don't like him as a white man, that's fine. But I'm like, I don't like when anybody rehashes shit that I thought we already fixed because you're not mad at me for something new.
And
that's the part
and logically, that makes sense. But like Bondy said, it wasn't until this episode that I realized all those times that he did stuff and she would be upset. I was like, oh, we were supposed to be mad for her. Because I felt like watching the show, it was always something like, I don't know. I never felt, we didn't
know who we was supposed to be. We didn't know how we was supposed to feel because it wasn't being written for us to understand her perspective completely.
Yes, it wasn't being written that way. So logically, what you're saying makes sense. But I think they gave her that monologue because we needed that moment to understand the status of their relationship. Because it wasn't until today I was like, oh, that makes sense.
But see, with that poor writing, I looked at it as Danny being a poor communicator. And then she piled all this on him. It's like, how are you going to snap off on this man? But you the one who pretty much allowed, like, you set up the play for how he communicates with you, how he reacts with you, because you never checked him how you should have a long time ago. So I just felt like, I just didn't like that she piled all that on at one moment when a lot of it is your fault as well because of the way you did not choose to communicate so that he could understand. I feel like there were some things that, that stood out where she was able to, like, check him about the handcuffs or whatever. But overall, I feel like he did a lot of stuff because you allowed it to slide. And then now you want to go off on him about your boundaries. But were your boundaries ever really clear to begin with? That's what I was thinking. That's what I looked at the poor writing. But I think I had a point about that writing. I just looked at it like, she terrible. And
remember when she kept calling him and he was on the track and he said, I'm gonna come over later. So like, how you mad if he came over? He can't call, he lost his phone. But you've been calling him all day. So it's like, I'm like, do you want to see him or no?
It's another level of, remember when Danny first started talking to him, it was like she wanted him, but she didn't want him, but she wanted him, but didn't know if she wanted. That's what it was giving me again.
Yeah.
It was a mature way of doing the same damn thing.
Yeah.
I want you, but I don't really want you, but I want you, and it's like, okay, Danny maturely still don't know what the hell she wants. That's what I got from last night.
I agree. I still don't think she know what she want, but I just like the fact that they made it clear what the issue was, because I felt like I didn't understand what she exactly was upset about with him and why now you don't want to be bothered with him. But as time has gone on and I've looked at Danny's personality, like he tried to do what lesbians do. He tried to U-Haul with her and they had only been talking for a little while, you know? So when you kind of, and she, I feel like she was trying to see if she would like those things. So she would just like allow for it to happen and then would decide that I don't really like this. And then she would have to try to figure out a way to say it, but she wouldn't know how. So then we'd have all of these times where we'd be like, what the fuck is the problem? And it's because I think what they were trying to do, but because the writing was struggling in this area, was allowing for a character to be authentic enough to not know how to communicate. So it's not going to come off obvious to the audience because the person doesn't know how to communicate. But in the writing, you're supposed to show us what is actually happening as the audience while simultaneously showing us that the character is bad at communicating. But Tyler sometimes doesn't know how to do both of those things at once. But I just want to say that the monologue itself flowed well. There were no repetitive moments where we're repeating the same shit over and over and over again. There was more dialogue in the scene. Like it overall to me felt different. And I feel like if there's different writing that will allow for better acting, because I feel like we've seen some of these girls on other things and they act well. Like Ebony Obsidian is a really great actress. I've seen her on other things. She's a great actress. I don't think she is always given the opportunity to showcase that, because Tyler's writing, no disrespect, can be tad limited as it pertains to how to showcase multi-dimensional versions of women through dialogue. That's that. But yeah, you know, we love you, Tyler. We appreciate you. Don't be mad. Moving on from there.
If you money to be mad.
Listen. But you know how they be. You know how they be. I just want you to know.
Guess we gonna hate him being dead.
No, I wasn't done. I was about to talk about Fatima and the blood being on her pretty white dress from having Hayden murdered in the parking lot. And then she folded. I know it's white. How could you not see that out the corner of your eye? I would have known that shit immediately on some white.
When she walked in at the flower at the lobby, I'm looking like, that's blood. It's gonna be blood on the dress. She gonna get arrested. That's the evidence. I was like, shit. But I'm like, maybe she'll wash the dress first.
She called it, so she gonna get rid of that blood stain. She know how to get blood stains out of clothes. You can tell.
You can't tell.
I'm glad Hayden dead though. I was tired of him.
Is he dead or fake dead though?
I think he real dead, but I'm worried about this cop. I'm worried about this cop that ran up on Karen. And Karen, why you think you supposed to be in that man in his new old lady house?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, she said, I said, why you want to come in? Karen, the character Karen, the Karen is a Karen. I feel like she always wants her way. And her saying, I don't want this baby. I'm like, bitch, you 2 days pregnant. Like, just calm down. You can't be like, and like he say, like, why you worry, Karen? Give her my number, Karen. I think Karen likes to be involved. Karen is gonna be the kind of one who wants to always say, I'm pregnant with your baby, so I should always be included in whatever you have going on. And I feel like Fatima gonna be like, bitch, no, we're not gonna have that. So I can't wait for that. Because I'm like, how did Pam know his address to the house he just bought? How did Pam know that? How Pam find out? And if Pam know and you don't know, why go? I would never go to a man's house who did not give me the address and I'm pregnant with baby and he's told me over and over he don't want me. I can't go. I'll send you a text. A cop came by looking for you. There you go. I don't like
that man back. She want control. She want that man back. She's not gonna get him back. And I hate that she's intruding on his situation.
I thought it was hilarious that he called Fatima as soon as she walked away.
Right. Because he want to save. I think Zach respects Fatima in a way that he couldn't respect Karen, because both Karen and Zach were different people together. they're now different people on their part. Karen, to me, has reverted back to being a needy ex-girlfriend who feels like you owe me because I stayed with you when you were down bad, and now you up, and you should want to just be with me because I stayed with you. And I'm like, and it's like, that's just not your cards. Like, that's not what was played for you. So it's weird that I don't feel bad for Karen because of how much she complained about Zach. He's gone now. He was a bad boyfriend. It's weird. It's like, you begging back for the bad boyfriend, girl. Oh, she's the bottom.
Let it go.
Because even if they got back together, like you said, he was with you based on the way he was with you. I feel was based on the dynamics of that relationship, and that's not going to change. He could be on the up, and everything could be great, and then he'll get back with you and still be how he was, because different people bring out different things. You haven't even gone to really work on your damn self. You've been over here going back and forth between whether you like Zach and Aaron. You haven't done any evolving on your end aside from getting pregnant. So he's going to be the same with you as he has been in the past. Fatima brings out something different.
Right, because Fatima sees him as an actual man. Karen sees him as a little boy with money. And that's why she felt the need to come over there and see what he was spending his money on and feeling like she had to protect him, even though he was trying to make it seem like it wasn't that deep. So
trying to show and prove, like, see, I'm still looking out for you, even though I don't want to, even though
like parking down the street. I was like, girl, you don't get no cookies for parking down the street. If them people could follow you in a car, they could follow you on foot.
Right.
Crazy as hell. I don't even want to talk about this no more. She make me mad. Y'all,